So we'll get cooking and go through some things. So good morning. Since we've talked the last couple games, one over at Liberty, which I think a large part of our students were there, and then the whole region was able, nation was able to see online with ESPN3, which was really, really neat to get that kind of a crowd and get that coverage. The problem is we stunk and played really, really poor, and got our butts kicked. So congratulations to Liberty. They were better than us for 32 minutes in really every facet of the game, and that we weren't great. They were great, and that's what happens. That's how you get beat by 30, and they deserve all the credit. So. We came in Saturday, got some work done, and then went on the road last night to Raytown, and got a good road conference win there. Won by 11 at Raytown. Had some guys play extended minutes. Set a program record. We had 3 guys who played 32 minutes. I didn't take 3 guys out of the game on last night because we had some change in defense going on, and so I was able to get some guys some rest. Maybe at the defensive end the pace wasn't as much, and so we were able to play some guys some extended minutes. And then Jalen Perry had a career high. He had 17 points, shot the ball really well, gave us a lift. So we go on the road Friday night over to Truman for a girls guys doubleheader, and then obviously something that I want to bring to your attention is Tuesday is senior night, and I've got the opportunity. What surely will be, it's always a very, very difficult day for me to recognize the seniors because, in some regards, it's kind of the end of something for them. And so I look forward to recognizing them. I don't look forward to all the emotion and everything else that comes with it. But that's Tuesday against St. Joe Central. We'll recognize 10 senior player managers, a couple other special members of our program on that night. So we're excited to do that, to be able to give them some recognition for all the wonderful things that they've done for us. So with that, turn it over to you guys.
Starting out with a couple questions, recapping the Liberty game. Many complaints were heard from the players and fans on both teams about the respect and mannerism shared towards Liberty North's student section from Liberty's student section. From a coaching perspective, how did this impact the flow and mindset of the game, and what are your opinions on keeping a classy student section?
Okay, so a couple things. One, as the game's going, there's pretty clear focus as far as what's going on. So I wasn't aware of anything that was going on during the game as far as the comments or sayings or anything that was going on. You just have like a focus to you as a coach and as players that hopefully that stuff doesn't get in your minds. I don't think it's appropriate for me to specifically comment about that because I don't have enough awareness, knowledge of, or interaction with that. I trust that the people who are responsible for that, for whatever good or bad goes on, they'll take care of it and handle it. I'm not privy to that. But I'll say this: I know that in 8 years, our student body, our fans have traveled really, really well. They've always represented our program, our school, in a really, really positive way. And they have that reputation not only in this school, but amongst other teams, other officials, other schools in the community. And I'm really proud to be associated with our student body and our school.
During a timeout in the fourth quarter, you were heard telling your players to end the game with respect for the game, respect for your opponents, and respect for this program. Can you go over what you meant your players at the end of a rough game?
Yeah. So obviously there's a hot mic or something in my huddle if you guys heard all that. So like we were getting our butts kicked, and frustration mounts when adversity hits. How you handle frustration is very telling of kind of who you are, or what you represent, and what you stand for. And I saw some plays in the third quarter that I didn't like from our guys. You can foul somebody hard, but you don't want to foul somebody dirty. We had a play where we were really on that line with one of our guys. The respect of the game is they kicked us, and they deserve to enjoy what they've done. And some nights that's just the way it works, but to try to shift it to be anything other than the fact that it was, a basketball game that was highly competitive and then they were just better than us is disrespectful. And the other thing is, I just like to think that there's a way that you go about your business that honors and respects not only just the school, the community, but just the sport, right? Like we have so many people that we represent in the sport that you honor when you play, that there's just a right way to do things.
During the Raytown game, the same trend of starting slow continued to happen, though not as bad as the Friday's game against Liberty, seeing you were able to open up the score in the second half. Mm-hmm. Is there anything the team does in their pregame you think is the reason that leads to a slow start?
Yeah, great question. So we've been studying this now for a couple weeks and made the determination after the Liberty game on Friday that we would change our pregame routine. So the routine that we go through in warm-ups from 15 minutes prior to when introductions happen, we've drastically changed to try to get a start going better. The start was better, even though the score was only 11-9. We had 3 opportunities inside 6 feet and 1 open 3. So 4 opportunities that we would convert. If you convert those and you're at 15 points, you feel a little bit better. So I wasn't as concerned about the slow start from a point standpoint because I did think we started better overall.
Continuing upon the previous question, what tends to happen in the locker room that gets the guys going coming out of halftime?
I don't know. I mean, like specifically last night, I'll answer, is they were changing defenses, playing us to start, man. Then they went kind of press into 3-2 zone, press into 2-3 zone, press into 1-3-1 zone. And the way that we were handling the zone is we were being a little bit passive on it after first pass. And so we were able to get on the board, and I was able to just show some guys about where guys would rotate defensively, where some open angles and some things would be. So maybe they were a little bit confused about where to attack, how we wanted them to attack out of it. We were able to come 16-16 coming out of halftime. We were able to hit a shot right after. We were able to get a steal. It's 21-16. So making a couple plays to give you a little bit more confidence, I think, helps. So sometimes it's strategic, sometimes it's motivation, sometimes it's absolutely nothing other than just getting a break. But last night specifically, we were able to just make an adjustment or two about where we were attacking with the ball out of the zone. With that, I'll wrap up. I can't believe how fast this season's going, and the fact that we're winding down and only have one home game left, and then you're 2 weeks from the playoffs starting. There's lots of things that are going on to make sure that we're prepared and we're ready to play. So as a staff, we're working really hard. I know our players are working really hard. I know how much they care, and so we're going to try to keep this thing going as long as we can, and how we go about that is going to be very, very telling for the success that we have on the floor. But I like the way that these guys continue to work, and hopefully the results will follow with us. So, happy Valentine's Day, right? Happy Valentine's Day, too, to everybody. So I guess the hair will have to count for my red for the day. So I know it's Valentine's Day, just in case you're wondering. So I do know that. But I appreciate all your guys' work. I appreciate the coverage you give us, the support you give us, the way you conduct yourselves, and we'll try to give you something really fun and to cover here the next couple weeks as we get going in the playoffs. Okay, thanks, guys.